What you're about to hear is the fusion of entertainment and enlightenment. This is the Glenn Beck Program.
In 26 states across the country, bills now are being introduced, and they're all saying the same thing. This has nothing to do with a one world currency. It has nothing to do with a central bank. We're just defining money. So it includes digital currencies, like Bitcoin and a central bank digital currency. And that's all that's happening here. Why are you freaking out? Oh, the conspiracy theories. Okay. What's going on? What is happening? Are they just laying the pathway now for the introduction of the central bank digital currency? I believe the answer is yes. Is that a good idea? I believe the answer is no. But this all has to do with the Uniform Commercial Code, the UCC. It's a comprehensive set of laws governing all commercial transactions in the United States. Now, it's not federal law, but it was uniformly adopted state law, and the uniformity of law is essential in this area for interstate transactions of businesses. And because the UCC has been universally adopted, businesses can enter into contracts with confidence that the terms will be enforced in the same way by courts in every place in America. Okay? It's been around for a long time. It's been updated so many times. And we just want to update what, the definition of money is. That kind of sounds like a big update. We're going to talk to somebody who's fighting this in their state. And perhaps you should as well. We'll get to that in 60 seconds. When you go through the list of companies that you're proud to do business with, who's on that list? Because I can't really. I do business with a place. I'm proud of that. I do business with Patriot Mobile. I'm proud of that. Rough Greens never sent any money to go to abortion clinics. Proud of that. But the list of companies that I don't personally know, kind of thin. Patriot Mobile is a company that belongs on that list. They're America's only Christian conservative wireless provider. They had this idea. We can do the cell phone service thing. We can give great coverage. We can give a better price than everybody else. And we can use some of our profits to help further the cause of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. This is exactly what the left does. This is the only company that I know that was designed to do exactly what the left does all the time. We need to help them grow. Patriot Mobile. They are the only ones that share your values and stand for it, and they're going to give you great service on your mobile and all your mobile devices, and they're also going to save you a buttload of money. So switch. It's really super easy. Just go to patriotmobile.com/Beck, patriotmobile.com/Beck, or you can call them at 878-PATRIOT, 878-PATRIOT, offer code BECK. All right, we have South Dakota State Representative Tina Mulally on with us. Hello, Tina. How are you?
Hi, Glenn. How are you? It's nice to speak to you again.
Well, you alerted us about a week or two ago on this, and we have really looked into it, and we can't get a lot of answers, right from the horse's mouth, but another orifice of the horse has told us this is no big deal. So can you go through what you're fighting and what we're seeing all across the country that's just kind of slipping by everybody?
Sure, Glenn. I really appreciate it. First off, let me say, I'm no cryptocurrency expert.
Okay.
But when my colleagues and I came across what otherwise would have been a benign bill having to do with universal codes, we used to get them every 2 years. But we found an area in this bill that was redefining money. This redefinition will change how we deal with digital currency. It would make it so Bitcoin and Ether would not be counted as money, but only the digital currency issued by the federal government could be considered money. Now, that's a concern.
Now, they've told us that, no, this is to help Bitcoin. This is because everybody's using Bitcoin and things like that. And so this will make Bitcoin, acceptable officially. That's not true?
No, because it's only digital currency that is issued by the federal government. And as we know, Bitcoin and Ether are not, that's
Right. Okay, so so right now, can't we use Bitcoin as money, for all business? I mean, if a business is taking it, then we can use it as money. Why do we need this definition changed?
Well, it's, as you know, they want to control it. Here's what's at stake, Glenn. When the federal government controls digital currency, not only can they see what you're buying, but they can prevent you from buying anything at all. So my South Dakota Freedom Caucus colleagues and I all voted against this bill, but we didn't get the message out to the rest of the legislators in time. So we're trying today to make sure that this bill fails in the Senate committee.
Okay, so what? Tell me why it's got to stop, and then tell me what people can do to help.
Well, here's the reason why it's got to stop. Biden, he passed an executive order. Even listen to the IMF director, Bo Lee, and let's not forget people like Jerome Powell, who's a Federal Reserve chair. These are entities that are trying to redefine it because they know if they do, they will control the money and ultimately control everyone else.
What can people do? You're in South Dakota, right? Where's your?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, where's your governor on this?
Well, I haven't heard from her, but she has been, on the side of Americans for a long time.
Yeah.
And the constitutionality of what's going on. Here's how you can help, Glenn. The South Dakota Freedom Caucus has already started applying pressure by alerting the grassroots to contact their senators and representatives here in South Dakota. And just being with you today is very helpful, getting the national attention to what's happening. But because this is a universal code, it works best when all 50 states adopt it. So if we here in South Dakota fail to stop it, maybe your listeners have family or friends that live in other states that are considering similar language to this legislation.
Oh, I'm sure
it is. Sound the alarm.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere right now.
Yes, and we believe that they're going to try and take over because without all 50 states adhering to it, because the universal code basically it's not a federal law. It is a universal code that states adopt so that they can conduct business.
Correct. So the UCC tells us that this amendment, changes the definition of money, but it doesn't encourage the adoption of digital currency by the U.S. or any other government. That's true. It's not saying, hey, and we really hope that they do it. It's just laying down the road and the pathway. So when they do change, if they do, to digital currency, it's all done. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Where do people call if they want to affect? Do they just call the legislature or the Senate there in South Dakota?
Well, if they go to SouthDakotaFreedomCaucus.com,
yes,
to our website,
right,
we have a list there and a petition that they can sign, but we have a list of the senators that are sitting on the committee that will be heard in about 45 minutes. They can call those senators, email them, whatever, but you can also get a hold of the senators on the Senate side, all of them, because if it passes out of committee, it must come to the Senate floor to be heard and voted on there. And we're putting the pressure on, and they're feeling it.
Good. I have heard that the people on the other side have become very, very vocal and all of a sudden very cash flush on sending people to stop people like you. So you must
That is absolutely true.
Yeah, you must be onto something. Tina, thank you so much for alerting us to this, and I highly encourage you to go to, is it South Dakota Freedom Caucus?
Yes, sdfreedomcaucus.com.
Okay, sdfreedomcaucus.com, and find out how you can help.
You can contribute.
All right, Tina, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you for your time, Glenn.
You bet. Okay, now, this is happening in state after state after state as well. Some of them are already passing them. 26 states, the bills are being introduced or have been to change the definition of money. Again, I want you to understand, this is not to tell the Fed to do it. And the Fed says, no, we're not involved in this at all. This is independent, and it's just in case the Fed decides to have a universal currency, well, then they can do it, and all businesses will need to accept it, and all states will need to accept it. So this is just the paving of the roadway to make sure when the cars start coming off the line, there's no traffic jams. So you want to tell your state and ask your state legislators, are you making changes to the Universal Commercial Code, the UCC? Are you changing the definition of money according to the UCC? That's the Uniform Commercial Code. Like she said, if 25 states say no, well, the Fed will have a difficult time rolling this out. And anything we can do to stop the Federal Reserve from having a digital currency where they can track, manipulate, take away, and control your spending is a godsend. This is a very dangerous weapon, probably the most dangerous weapon we could give the United States government or any government.